beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now, my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and well, actually it's gonna be a candle wax reading, and today it's all about who's your next partner. And yeah, let's get every niche pile one card to select from. Let's see, let's first start with pile 1. Let's see, one card for pile 1. Okay, so pile 1, you guys got the Sun card, and I will also put some crystals on the cards in a minute for those of you guys who may, like to select like that. Oh my goodness, pile 2 is the World card. Look at that. Beautiful. And let's get you guys a card for pile 3 as well. For my dear pile 3, let's see. Alright, and for pile 3 we have this beautiful card, the 6 of Pentacles. Look at that. So, let me get you guys something to choose from. Alright, okay, so this is gonna be pile 1. This is pile 2, and let me see. This is gonna be pile 3. So, as always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see who is your next partner. So before we start with the candle wax reading, my dear, I would like to get you 1 or 2 oracle cards to kickstart the reading with. So let's see, for my dear pile 1, who is your next partner? One last shuffle for my dear pile 1, who is your next partner? Okay, let's see, my dear, let's see. Okay, here we have 2 cards coming through already. We have hunger and we have change. Very interesting combination here. Alright, first of all, my dear, what I'm seeing for you is, let's just start with who this person is. I feel like this is someone who, when you're gonna exchange your life story and when they're gonna do the same, right? When you talk about each other's past, when you talk about what you have experienced and so on, you will see that no matter what age this person has, they are quite mature and they are quite experienced. Because what I always like to say is maturity is not attached to a certain number, it's not attached to a certain age, but it's more so attached to the experiences that we have made, and the lessons we have learned, which makes us actually become wise or even mature. And what I'm seeing here is when they're gonna, talk with you about their life, you're gonna get a lot of insights, and I do feel like some of it may really make you feel, wow, like this person, they have already experienced so much, but it almost feels like it makes them more attractive, I just feel like maybe some of you guys like mature people, or people who come off as very experienced, people who come off as very wise, as if they have already seen a lot and experienced a lot in life. But I do feel like it's kind of this energy of, you are a warrior, like you have experienced so much, but look at yourself, you are here and you came out victorious out of the situation. And this is gonna really make you, like really, it's gonna be very impressive for you. You're really gonna feel like, this is someone who sticks around. This is the kind of person that you can count on when challenges occur, or when, let's say, life is not that easy. Because let's just face it the way it is, right? People stick around when things are going smoothly, but a lot of people run away when they feel like, just something is just becoming burdensome, or something is very difficult. So the people who really stick around are those who also stay when things become ugly. And this is really an impression that you're also going to have from this person. Also, with change being here, I do feel like this person has gone through a lot of cycles in their life in which they had to constantly kind of adapt themselves to. Cycles in which they had to maybe even rapidly, really quickly change, and adapt themselves towards the situation. This change could have been physically, but could honestly also been some kind of an inner transformation or inner change. Let me give you guys an example. Okay, this is just something really random. Let's say someone watching this, their next person, when they were a child, their parents, they got a divorce, and this child needed to really quickly adapt to this change to maybe only live with one parent, right? And then in the next cycle, maybe they got a stepfather or a stepmother, another change to really quickly occur. And in the next phase, we have another change. But it's not like something that comes and goes. I do feel like the changes are pretty frequent in this person's life. And this is just, an example regarding as an example, like childhood. I do feel like it's something also, them as an adult or as a young adult that has occurred more frequently. But those changes, almost, this card for some reason is really reminding me of the Tower card. Maybe because of all the lightning here. It just feels like they have had experiences which were not the easiest. However, I'm hearing that they were much needed, because these changes or these Tower moments actually influenced the outcome of who this person has become. And they have done so much inner reflection and so much inner, look at that, I just saw 555, yeah, definitely change here. And they have done so much inner transformation that when you talk with them about, each other's past, I do feel like you're going to be very proud of them, or you're going to really feel like, wow, this person has just seen it all. But look at that. Although this picture is gray and like black and white gray, but there is still this dress which is colorful. And this is what I'm seeing. No matter what they have experienced, they always manage to keep this spark alive, this this motivation to keep going. Also with this card, look at that. It's like completely dark, but then we have the yellow shining through. Actually, these cards are pretty similar in a way. We have this dark background, and then we have a pop of color, which is like in the center, kind of bringing a little bit of positivity back into the picture. And here it's the moon, and here it's this colorful dress, right? It almost, for me, here feels like I'm hearing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? That And I feel like this is a way this person may think. You know, no matter what comes across, they always think, yeah, life goes on, you know, this too shall pass. So I feel like you're gonna see this person as a potential companion or as a partner who could be a potential long-term partner, because they don't feel like someone who's just gonna throw everything away when, you know, an argument occurs. Let's put it that way. Also, with hunger being here, I do feel like you guys are gonna have a great intimate connection, okay? This hunger is, for some reason, it's making me think of something more so like lustful. So I feel like you guys are gonna share great chemistry regarding that, and maybe you will even change something regarding your, like regarding intimacy. For some, maybe this is gonna be your first intimate connection, and for others, if this is not your first, still the change that I'm seeing could be something maybe regarding what you see, or how you view, whether to say, sexual connections. You know, maybe you always saw them away, but with being with this person, you will see more in them, you know. Not only, let's say, a physical connection, but it can also be like two souls emerging or two souls coming together. It's not only the physical body touching, but it's actually also an energy exchange. Yeah, let me see. Okay, this is so random. This is not an intimate reading, right? And I'm gonna try to keep it as clean as possible. But I also feel like for some of you guys, the change that I was talking about, maybe this change, once again, for some it could be the fact that this was gonna be the first intimate, you know, connection, therefore it's gonna bring this like awakening of your sexuality. But for others, this change, if you are more so experienced regarding intimacy, could also just be you coming out a little bit of your shell, or you feeling much more liberated, much more empowered regarding your sexuality. Because this wolf is like, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. If I'm not wrong, like howling. Oh my goodness, I think I've never said this word. I just like read about it. I think it's called howling. Yeah. So it almost feels like they're voicing themselves. Maybe for some of you guys, you were always, you know, like when we talk about the intimacy, you couldn't really come out of yourself and enjoy the experience, and it just feels like, yeah, you will be able to feel free and empowered within your own sexuality. It's very interesting that this message is coming through here, but I mean, there is a reason for it, right? So now, my dear, let's start with your candle wax, shall we? Let me see. All right. So for my dear pile 1, please give me a moment, my dear. Please give me a moment to tune into the energy. Okay. Yeah. This message is really confirming, or maybe it's even the continuation of a message that I already received. I see that this is someone who has so much security within themselves that it almost feels like nothing can really shake them. It feels like they have seen so many tower moments in their life that nothing can scare them, you know? Like someone who was forced to really tune within because of like certain experiences, and they have learned to gain this inner safety which comes from within, that no matter what comes across externally, they can also always find their inner balance. It's like no amount of fire can burn them because they know how to cool themselves. This is something I've heard now, yeah. And I also feel like it's not only regarding like an actual tower moment, like maybe something eventful that happened. This person is so strong in themselves that people could not even, like, they cannot manipulate this person. You know, they cannot destroy them also internally because they're so strong in their personality. Like, I do feel like the strength card is very like energetically speaking permanent in them. You know, they know themselves, they have reclaimed their power, and they're not willing to give it away. So therefore, this is not the kind of person who will just um be knocked over because someone is trying to, you know, like fool them or take them down. It takes a lot. Like it would, I don't even feel like it would, like they would be successful with trying to break this person because yeah, they're just so powerful. They're mentally powerful, they're emotionally powerful, physically maybe even as well. This person could be physically very strong, even if they don't look like it. They still have a lot of energy which they can, yeah, turn into strength. I'm hearing here. Yeah, the strength card really is a thing here, okay? That's something I'm seeing. You know what's really interesting? This person has seen a lot and experienced a lot, but they would, like, they're not the kind of person who, like, the darkness that they have experienced was not able to make their heart, like, into ice. They have still remained this beautiful nature that they have. So it's really interesting because sometimes, you know, like this quote, hurt people. This is not the kind of person. In fact, yes, they have been hurt, but they have turned this energy into something uplifting. And in fact, this is the kind of person who would like to uplift others. They don't want to see other people suffer or experience the same things as they have. You know, they could literally try to help people so they don't have to go through the things that they went through. Actually, I do feel like if this person doesn't, like, in the physical world, you know, if they don't work as something in which they actually help people or console people, then in their private life, a lot of people may reach out to them for like advice and guidance because they have this within them. They are like experienced a lot in which people really trust their guidance and yeah, seek help from them, and they are more than willing to give this help. Okay, they really want to see people thrive. They don't want to see people go through the same things maybe that they went through. And this is why it's really important for them to help out as many people as possible. They don't want to spread pain, they want to spread love and kindness. So their heart is still pure no matter what darkness it has seen. I feel like this person also understands the power of um, of human interaction, or let me say it that way, the power of words. You know, the power of encouraging each other. It's very easy for people to just, you know, like insult each other or just say whatever is in their mind without really acknowledging or thinking about what kind of effect it could have on the other person. They understand that, you know, everything has its consequences. And let's say words have consequences and actions have consequences. So this person, they understand the power of, yeah, of words. And I feel like they also try to encourage people through you know, through soothing sentences, through soothing affirmations. And yeah, this is like a cheerleader. This is someone, like, when you are in a relationship with them, they will want to support you. They will want to push you towards, you know, the best version of yourself. A very encouraging individual. Empowerment is a huge thing for them. Maybe because they have experienced a lot of disempowering, you know, things. It's even more important for them to empower others. I feel this person really likes to help people go beyond their fears as well. And maybe this is something that they will do with you as well. You know, actually, my dear, this is the kind of partner or the kind of friend that will help you through your fears, you know. And let's say if something is bothering you, or if something is not that great, then they will be really happy to talk encouraging words and try to find a solution. They are literally living proof of what, you know, can come out of our life when we allow love to guide us and not fear. Because I feel like even in a lot of frightful situations, this person always managed to allow love to guide them, and not those insecurities or those fears or the hatred, you know. Another thing, this is also a very protective individual. I feel like they're very protective of their loved ones. So, obviously, when you are in a relationship with them, they will also be very protective of you. This is just something that comes very natural with them. This is who they are. Maybe this person, somewhere in their life, they wanted to help a loved one, but they couldn't for some reason. And this has really made them, you know, yeah, have this need to always make sure the people they care about are taken care of. For some reason, I have heard that. I feel like you guys are also gonna see eye to eye when it comes to many things. You know, even though you are, well, two individuals, you are gonna have a lot of common ground. You're gonna have a lot of aspects in, yeah, in your life which are actually the same, not in experience but more so in, as an example, maybe morals, or, well, not morals, I mean, also could be right, but maybe let's say what you guys want in a relationship, what you're looking for, or how you think about going, you know, about a relationship. It just feels like you guys are going to have a very common ground on which you can build something, and this something can be a very, like, solid relationship, as an example. I also feel like this is someone who may have been traveling a lot lately, or they like to travel. Maybe for some of you guys, you will even meet through some kind of a movement traveling energy here, but it's also coming through. Yeah, let me tell you this once again. They are so secure in themselves that nothing can really shake them up. For some of you guys, excuse me, I feel like they may actually help you with healing something regarding your inner child. This is something really random, but I have received this message. Maybe you have been struggling with something, when you were a child, or your inner child is wounded regarding a certain aspect of your life, regarding a certain experience. And what I just heard was they will really help you with either dealing with it, accepting it, or healing it. Yeah, that's what I just saw. Yeah. So, my dear pile 1, this is all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there is something you would like to share with us, definitely feel free to do so. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not know when I upload new pick a card or even candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 1, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you be with next? Who's your next partner? So what we're gonna do, my dear, is I will first get you some oracle cards, about 2 cards, and yeah, then we will dive into your candle wax reading and start with the reading. So let's see, for my dear pile 2, who is your next partner? Let's see. Let's give it one more shuffle for my dear pile 2. Who's your next partner? Okay, let's get you 2 cards, my dear pile 2. All right, we have the unexpected, and let's get you one more card. Interesting, and we have fear here. Look at that. At the back of the deck, faith. All right, so let me make sure that they're visible. All right, okay. So my dear, let me start with that. This was actually the first message that I picked up on. With the unexpected card being here, I feel like a lot about this next relationship or about this next partner is gonna be very, very different from maybe something you have imagined to be, As an example, let's look at this person. Maybe you have had a certain type in your mind, and you thought, okay, I will just stick with this type because for some reason I heard, because this is all I can get. I don't know why I heard this. Maybe for some of you guys, you feel like you need to lower your standards, or it just feels like you are willing to settle for less than you deserve. Maybe some of you guys have settled for relationships which were really toxic, as an example, because you felt like, well, this is all I can get, I can't get someone better than that. For some reason, this is coming through. Maybe it's for someone out there. But if this resonates with some of you guys, if you feel like you downplay yourself, or you just play small, then let me tell you, this is definitely an advice here, okay, from your spirit guides, from the universe, to stop thinking of yourself so low. In fact, understand that, look at this. Let me show it to you that way. I hope it's visible. Do you see this picture? There's this girl right here, and she's like making herself very comfortable, right? Like she's all over the place. But then we have her here as well, just completely sunken in and paralyzed in fear, just really making herself as small as possible, right? Like it's the complete opposite of that. And I hear that a lot of you guys may have lived or may have approached certain relationships like that, but now it's all about becoming her. And once again, it's not gender, related. It doesn't matter who you are. This is just a picture to explain it. I just feel like some of you guys maybe at times, have settled for less than you deserve, or you think maybe good things don't come your way. And this is kind of the confirmation, or let's say a reminder for you to know that no, you deserve someone who's great. You deserve someone who's actually a great match. And with the unexpected being here, this card is really showing me that this type or this thought that you have, of what kind of, let's say, relationships you deserve is going to be very different from what's coming your way. In fact, there is a lot of surprising and new energy in this pile. It could be the case, as an example, that this person, appearance-wise, is really different from what you may have expected, or maybe what you usually go for type-wise. But it doesn't only have to be physically, this unexpected energy is really all over the reading. So it can also be maybe the circumstances in which you will meet will be very unexpected. Like even if you feel like, okay, you have gotten some clues, like in what kind of environment you may meet this person, still at this particular day or at the particular phase in your life, you may forget about it, or you may just be occupied with yourself. And when this potential partner comes through, it will be a surprise. It will be really unexpected, okay? Unexpected right here. So this energy can once again show itself in a variety of different ways. I also feel like the connection with this person will kind of immerse you into a different world. We have the world card here as your overall or as your card selection card, right? I'm sorry, as your pile selection card. What I also picked up on was that this almost feels like your comfort zone. Almost like the environment in which you feel secure enough. And I almost feel like being with this person will challenge you somehow to leave this comfort zone. And this fear can also emphasize that, because sometimes people are really, really scared to leave the familiar, right? I mean, in other words, leaving comfort zone is really inviting, like the unknown. And for a lot of people, unknown feels really insecure, and you never know. So they're really scared of that. You never know what comes out of, what outcome or consequences come out when you leave your comfort zone. But what you're really going to learn with this person is almost to just star, Maybe you are someone who is not really that much of a risk taker. And this may have been a reason why you sometimes just don't want to get really out there, or you would rather play small because you don't want to find yourself in a situation that you're uncomfortable with. But leaving your comfort zone doesn't always mean that you will find yourself in a situation which you will regret. Very often life begins where your comfort zone ends, and I see that they will somehow bring you out of it, and it will feel really good. It's kind of like an awakening. It's kind of like, look at that. I don't know what I have today. Like, the pictures are really talking to me. You see, like, it almost feels like this is at the other side of your comfort zone. And look at how beautiful this forest looks like, how magical the light comes through. It's really promising, it's really inviting. However, you may have not seen this, because of the fear. It may have paralyzed you. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this relationship will force you to go beyond that. Hey, maybe for some of you guys, this will really be your first relationship, and this is why it feels that way. For others, if this is not your first relationship still, it will somehow trigger you to, yeah, kind of to push you forward, really. Especially for those of you guys who may have had a problematic relationship in the past and you may have some guards up, this can literally mean your guards are being pulled down, and yeah, you're just risking and taking a leap of faith, with being with this person. Let me see. I also see that maybe some of you guys are a little bit, well, is scared the right word? A little bit uncomfortable, maybe at times being in a relationship or thinking about being in a relationship because you value your freedom, and you may feel like being in a relationship means that you're trapped. I mean, of course, a relationship means compromising, right? And understanding each other and working together. But it should never really make you feel like you're trapped. And do you see this cage? This really reminded me of that. There's this cage here, but all these, well, they look like ravens. They are around it, they're not in it. So I feel like it almost is gonna give you kind of like a revelation that a relationship is not supposed to make you feel stuck, but it's actually supposed to make you feel empowered, or at least free to a certain extent, right? Free to express yourself, free to be you, free to be your authentic self, and to be heard and seen. Yeah. All right, so let's start with your candle wax reading, my dear. So let me see. For my dear pile 2. All right, okay. So please give me a moment, my dear, to tune into the energy. Okay, you know what I saw? I just saw, a scenario in my head, which, yeah. So, what I'm seeing about this person is that, first of all, this person is giving me a very secure energy, my dear. I feel like they are very put together. They are someone who, like, when they end a day, they make sure that they have taken care of everything in their life which needs to be taken care of. They're not the kind of person who, like, stagnation or doing something tomorrow if it's better needs to be done today. This is not their like life quote. They are someone who's very responsible, and they giving me a lot of earth energy. I mean, they could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but let's not focus too much on that, because this is their energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be now the zodiac sign. And what I'm feeling is they're very grounded when it comes to that, and this is someone who takes a lot of charge, and they love to be in that role. They love to be responsible. They love to have a lot of things going for them. It doesn't make them anxious. It kind of makes them feel like, yeah, having a purpose, I'm hearing. And this is also someone who is a great observer. Yeah, I feel like they are, like when you guys meet each other, they may first observe you for some time to see how they can approach you, or just in general, they are someone before they get to know someone, they want to see what they're all about. I don't know why I heard self-preservation, like maybe this is a way for them to make sure they bring the right people in, but observation is a big thing here. Like I literally see almost like an eagle looking down and really making sure that yeah, that they know what's going on, they have everything in check. I don't mean that this is someone who's overly controlling. I'm not getting the control energy here. I am getting the yeah, it feels like a really responsible person. And this is someone who definitely is they could be really much into philosophy as an example, because they are the kind of person who wants to figure things out, like a truth seeker, so to speak, and I feel like this is why they really like to figure things out or figure people out, because yeah, this person could be very good at determining what kind of a personality or character someone has, like throughout the first interaction they may really understand certain psychological like patterns a person has, so they're really deep when it comes to this. And they're giving me, I know why I have seen a crown, kind of like a king or queen energy. And what I mean with that is, how a king or a queen, like when they rule over their empire or their land, their kingdom, they need to make sure that, well, everything has been taken care of. Everything is kind of how it's supposed to be, right? And they need to make sure that they have kind of the right alliances in their life. I don't know why I saw this coming through, but I feel like this person is very picky when it comes to like the friendships that they have, or better to say, what kind of people they have. So they make sure they don't let any like traitors or like any fake people into their space. Hey, maybe this person has had a certain experience who makes them feel that way, right? But I do feel like this is a very fair person, also. Um, yeah, this is someone who's very fair for sure. For some of you guys, they could literally work in some kind of a judge or like law field, or do something with counseling and so on, because it feels like they have a really good sense of justice. And even if it's not related to their work, I do feel like at least in their personal life, they take a lot of use of that. So this is the kind of person who really sees how people are being treated. And let's just say, as an example, if they have a friend who's in a relationship and this person is really, like, they're being treated really poorly, then this person will not be scared of voicing that, either in front of both people, or they may take their friends to the side and tell them, like, this can't go on like that. This person is not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, right? So they have the sense of like justice, and I do feel like they're not scared of standing beside it, like some people may have this urge to, let's say, help or voice their opinion for the good of someone else, but maybe they will not do it, right? Because they feel like they are in no position to do so. But this person does these things because injustice really, like, excuse my language, but really pisses them off, okay? Like, there's no other way to say it. This is literally what I heard. It really makes them upset. It really makes them mad, especially if it's regarding, or is it if it's connected to someone they care about. Not that they're impulsive or something like that, but I do feel like they're very passionate about the people they care about, and they don't back off, when it comes to fighting for the justice that they believe in. So this is why I felt like maybe for some of you guys, this is also connected to maybe them working in some kind of a field which is related to it. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe it's more so really the private, their personality in general. I feel like this person can also be yeah, someone who could be a great influence on the youth. You know, as an example, if they have younger siblings or younger cousins, relatives, and so on, they can actually have a great impact on them, with like the development of them. And like, this is the kind of person who may even be a great parent, because they understand that when we look at a child or when we look at a young adult, we need to give them space. We should allow them to, have enough space to express themselves. We shouldn't just force all our belief or our expectations on them, because they're their own person. And I feel like they are really good at I'm hearing allowing children to thrive, or they're really good when it comes to interacting with children or young adults. Yeah, because they have a very open mind. They don't feel like, as an example, that a child is, like some parent, of course it comes from a place of love, but sometimes parents are, yeah, really, how should I say it? They're the ones who at times hold the child back um, from certain wishes that they have. Maybe it comes from a good place, but the child may feel really suffocated or like very trapped. And they feel like, in order to raise good, children and make them responsible and good adults, we need to give them space to actually find themselves, and not just push everything we believe in or everything we are into them to make them a mini version of us. I hope you understand what I mean. So the fact that this comes through, I do feel like this is someone who actually loves interacting with children. They love to be around like young energy, because the youth is the future, right? So maybe this person feels like we need to grow, or we need to raise great children so we'll have a better future. And it starts with the parents. It starts with yeah, with how they're being raised. This is so random, but it's actually really interesting that this comes through. Another thing, okay, yeah. Another thing that I'm hearing here is, this is someone who is, this grounded energy is coming through. They are very humbled. They are someone who, like, what you see is what you get. They are really real. And once again, I feel like they are a great observer. They can really determine like who is real and who's kind of playing a fake game. I also feel like we talked about the comfort zone in the beginning of the reading, right, my dear? I feel like maybe this comfort zone can also be related to change. Maybe some of you guys are really resistant when it comes to changes in your life. It makes you feel uneasy, it makes you feel uncomfortable and just not good overall. maybe this person will help you with seeing changes not only as a bad thing, but actually also an opportunity to level up, or to to upgrade yourself. This is another thing that I heard, yeah. That could actually also be someone who's well respected. That's another thing that I'm picking up on here. You know, maybe in the community, because they are having this sense of like justice, maybe they are really active in the community, and therefore people really appreciate that about them. Maybe even for some, they do something voluntarily, or you know, maybe even as a work with children or something like that. But I just feel like people really respect them for who they are. I also feel like this is something definitely I'm feeling in this person's energy, or in your and this person's energy, better to say. There's speed in this connection, so this person may come pretty quickly into your life. For those of you guys who may have not met them yet, there is this element here of speed, you know, of quick pace. And I feel like it could be it could be connected to the timing of your meeting, that it's kind of becoming faster and faster here. I also feel like when, you know, this person approaches you, or when you get to know each other, they will from the beginning on like just put everything on the table and tell you, I want a relationship with you. You know, they will not tiptoe around. That doesn't feel like them, because they are really decisive and they know what they want. And also with this fast moving energy, maybe this relationship will move fast. This can also be the case here, but that's what I'm seeing, yeah. So my dear pile 2, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there's something that resonates, or if there's in general something you would like to share with us, definitely feel free to do so. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not know when I upload new pick a card or even candle wax reading. Also, my dear, once again, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, to connect with your energy. And if you would like to get further information regarding a person or reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 2, take care, my loves. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see who's your next partner. Now, my dear, first I'm gonna start with some oracle cards. I will get you about 2 oracle cards to kickstart the reading with, and yeah, then we will move on to your candle wax reading. So let's see, for my dear pile 3, who will be your next partner? One last shuffle. For my dear pile 3, who will be your next partner? All right, so let's begin. So we have acceptance and fruition. Interesting. Look at that. What I can already say is these 2 cards, they feel so gentle. You know, their energy, very fertile, very gentle, very... You know, sometimes it's so interesting to explain the energies that I'm picking up on. This feels like a very soft, like, touch. So this is really interesting, because this is so different from the other piles. So, my dear pile 3, who will be your next partner? First of all, I need to dive straight away to this card right here, and the first thing that I picked up on it is connected to the illustration. As you can see, we have two hands here wanting to touch each other, right? And there is a difference in them, as we can see in the skin colors. One is lighter, and the other one is more like tanned or darker, more deeper. And what I'm seeing is it could be the case that when it comes to this next partner of yours, something physically is gonna be a little bit different. Now, okay, we have now the skin color right here, right? But this can also just be an example. Okay, so I pick up on the difference energy here. It doesn't have to be the skin color. It can be, you know, the background, socioeconomic wise. It can be yes, nationality wise, physically, right? Even as well. But something about you guys is gonna be different. But you know what? What's really beautiful, look at this card. It says acceptance. And if you look at the imagery, we can, like, we have white birds right here, and it looks like very encouraging. There is light here, right? It feels like and even like flower petals I'm just seeing. So these differences are not going to be in your way. They are not going to be a challenge or something which will be a turn off, I'm hearing. In fact, it will make the attraction even more beautiful, and it will even harmonize your relationship like even further, because I feel like you guys may maybe complement each other really, really great, you know? Like whatever the other person maybe lacks a little bit, the other person can teach or can bring into the other person's life. It's kind of like a beautiful play between two people who can expand each other's life because of the different point of views they come from, because of the different life experiences they come from. They can support each other in their own unique way. Yeah, and I also feel like the difference, if it's physically for some of you guys, kind of like opposites attract, it will even make this person maybe a little bit more mysterious, or like they will catch your attention. Let me put it that way. Another thing, with the acceptance card being here, I feel like this person will also help you with accepting certain part of yourselves which you may struggle with. This is also connected to yourself. It's not only, you know, each other here. What I'm seeing is it could be the case that, let's say, you always felt like there is something that needs to be fixed on you in order for you to accept yourself, or something about your life needs to be changed in order for you to fully acknowledge who you are. And I feel like this person could be a great supporter here to show you otherwise, to show you, in fact, no, that's so not the case. You are so beautiful the way you are. And this is actually a message that I also got in my previous reading, if I'm not wrong. Maybe some of you guys have chosen the other reading as well, and it's coming through here. Maybe this is your confirmation that this is definitely your pile. But regardless of that, what I'm seeing for you, my dear pal 3, is that they will help you with accepting a part of yourself. It could even be maybe something about your past. You know, maybe they will help you accept and move on from something that happened to you. This can also be the case. You know, sometimes we meet people who are such a great support or are so healing and encouraging that, yeah, they feel like a blessing and they really help us. Of course, we should not wait for someone else to heal us or to, make us happy, as an example. But sometimes we meet people who have such a beautiful influence on us, right? And yeah, we can be very lucky and we can feel very, very grateful for that. And I feel like this can be the kind of person. Another thing, my dear, with the fruition card being here, you can see she has like a headpiece which is like full of fruits, and a lot of different birds are flying towards her because it's really fertile, right? Like it really attracts a lot of life. What this is actually giving me is, I feel like for some of you guys, this connection can actually have a potential for something long term. And if I'm not wrong, this is actually the only pile that I picked up this energy from. With the fruition card being here, it just feels like something that's for the long run, something that is fruitful enough to give a lot of like fruits, something you can harvest from. Also the long term, not only something like temporary, it feels permanent to some extent. So the potential is definitely there. Of course, at the end of the day, it's up to you and this person, and up to your own decisions, your own free will, how far you would like to take this, right? But energetically speaking, I see that also with number 37, for some reason, it's giving me this energy of a potential long-term relationship. I also feel like, okay. Maybe you can, okay, let me put it that way. For some of you guys, maybe you have hidden some parts of yourself away from your previous partners or love interests, or just in general of people, because you feel like maybe people will think you're weird, or maybe you feel very vulnerable with sharing certain sides of yourself. With the fruition card, it almost feels like not being scared to share your light, not being scared to be your authentic self. Because very often people adapt themselves, according to the kind of person who's in front of them, right? Sometimes they can't really say or be who they are because they feel like the other person may judge them, or maybe it's not really that appropriate. But what I'm seeing for you is that, especially if we talk about love connections, I mean, the least we should be able to do is be our authentic self, right? We should feel safe enough and secure enough to do so, and our partner should feel us, should make us feel comfortable enough. And once again, acceptance here. This person will accept you for who you are, and you will actually be able to be this authentic self that you are, or maybe open up to certain aspects of yourself. As an example, if some of you guys, maybe you're spiritual, but you don't really open up to this side in front of everyone because you feel like people may think you are like an esoteric freak, or you may feel like they may not understand, they may feel some type of way, they may make fun of you, feel you, or think you're weird, and so on, and this person will accept you for who you are. They will not judge you, especially when it comes to something that's dear to your heart, that's close to your truth, to your authentic self, to who you are. So acceptance is a big thing in this relationship. Honestly, if I had to give your pile a keyword, it would exactly be that. I feel like it's kind of a safe environment to express who you are. So, my dear pal 3, let's actually start with your candle wax reading now, shall we? Alright, let me get your candle. Let me see. Okay. So, please give me a moment to tune into the energies here. All right. You know what I just picked up on? Yeah. So one thing you need to know about this relationship is that it's going to be very nurturing to your inner child. This is going to be one of those relationships which genuinely, oh my goodness, yeah, safety is another thing with you guys. You know, like a child needs to have a safe environment to grow up, to express themselves, expand, and so on. I feel like this relationship is also going to be a very safe environment for you to do as well, to express yourself, to come out and just be who you are and experience a connection, right? And I feel like this person's gonna, yeah, they're really gonna help you when it comes to your inner child as well. Maybe this past energy that I picked up on is for some of you guys connected to your inner child. Maybe some of you guys have been carrying something with yourself, a wounded part of you, which you were not able to bring closure to. Maybe your inner child is connected to that side, and this person really helped you with seeing that this was only an experience and you're so much more, and to actually bring peace to this experience or to this phase in your life. But not only like the healing part, it's also just in general, you know, inner child is also a thing in this pile. So maybe you guys will do a lot of activities in which you're gonna feel like, yes, I can be carefree again, you know, especially for those of you guys who may tend to be too serious because of like yeah, life and just the world we're living in, where everything is really really serious, right? At times it's really difficult to, yeah, learn to be a child again, or at least have this excitement for life again. And I feel like you guys are gonna experience that with this person, just being innocent again and wanting to just enjoy, you know, without any expectations, just to be in the present moment. A child doesn't think of tomorrow, they think of having fun now, or you know, playing with their friends, just being here and now. And I feel like this is something which is also gonna happen between you guys. This person may bring you back to the present moment, especially if you at times tend to be too much in the past or too much into the future. This, yeah, they have a lot of compassion as well. This is a very compassionate individual. I also see that they could do some sports or be really active. Maybe they go to the gym, or maybe they have a certain sports activity, hobby that is a big part of their life. I just feel like someone who's very active when it comes to the physical level. Maybe they're also someone who is very healthy, like eats very healthy or takes care of their diet, I'm hearing. Yeah, once again, you guys, they have this very nurturing energy about them, no matter their gender, no matter who they are. Even if from the outside world, they don't really look like it, even if they have a tough exterior or they don't really look that emotional. They have so much emotions within themselves. They are a very heart-centered individual. And what I'm picking up on here for you is that you can really count on them. All right? Like if some of you guys have experienced in your childhood, or your inner child feels neglected, rejected, then this will be a very healing relationship. because you will feel so taken care of, so nurtured. Of course, the healing comes from you, but they are a great person who will push you or at least hold your hand when you do the healing towards the right direction. They are the kind of person who likes to light people up, like make them happy, make them laugh. So I feel like they have a great sense of humor, or at least even if their sense of humor is not that great, they will still try to make you feel uplifted or make you feel like, yeah, happy and light-hearted. Light-hearted is a really big thing. Maybe some of you guys watching this, you genuinely like your heart has really hardened a lot and life has been just too serious. Then I feel like you really need someone like that, someone who will like take you back to this much more centered and much more vibrant version of yourself, light-hearted version of yourself. Another thing, my dear, I feel like this is someone who, when they have connections, they have really deep connections with people. Like, they don't have shallow relationships, also not only romantically, but also relationship, friendship-wise. They like to have those deep connections, to have people around, with whom they really click, with whom they really yeah, what's the word? They come together and they bring out the best in each other. This is how I would describe it. I do feel like this is someone who's very healthy and someone who wants to have great energy around them, whether it be them eating very, very well or them having good people around them. When it comes to relationships, because obviously the kind of people we surround ourselves with, they impact us, right? They impact our well-being and so on. So they really understand that. So they try to, well, not only have great energy around themselves, but they also want to be that great energy for others as well. This is not the kind of person who wants or accepts everyone to be good, but then they can do everything bad, and they can like just yeah. No, this is not the kind of person. Like, they treat you the way you treat them as well. So when they have good people around them, they also want to be this good friend, right? When they have a good partner, they also want to be this good partner for their, yeah, for the romantic partner, right? So this is someone who wants mutual energy when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships, romantic ones as well. As an example, if we talk about giving and receiving, they will not only take and not give anything back. In fact, this is someone who, you literally got the Six of Pentacles, right? And the Six of Pentacles is such a generous energy. Someone who shares, who gives, because it makes them happy, because they have enough. And also looking at this energy, what I'm picking up on here is that this is who they are. In relationships, they love to give, but of course, they also want to receive, because a relationship is not one-sided, right? It's between two people, but they're really good at giving. This is something I see for sure, my dear pile 3. Also, emotionally speaking, I feel like for a lot of you guys, they will be a great new beginning. If some of you guys have had some relationships which weren't the best and you want to just start new, start fresh, this can be your Ace of Cups. This can be this love, this romantic new beginning that you've been waiting for. Someone who you can start over or new with, and you can actually experience love from a different perspective, you know, very different from maybe your previous relationships. Especially if you have been always the one who just gave and didn't receive anything back in return. This is going to be a very balanced out energy then. Communication between you guys is also going to be really, really great. I also feel like this person will somehow try to secure their relationship. So once again, this can lead into a long-term relationship, but of course only if you want to and only if you're willing to, right? Just because the potential is there doesn't mean that it necessarily has to go that way if you don't want to, because your free will is, yeah, more powerful than anything else, okay? It's more powerful than any pick a card reading, than any reading. You are the, yeah, the leader of your life, and you can take the decisions and you can change the outcome, okay, with taking certain or making certain shifts in your life. So always remember you have free will. So if you for some reason feel like you don't want to have a long-term relationship with them, then of course you can quit it at any time, right? But still the potential is here. It's coming through. Overall, it definitely feels like a very uplifted energy here. Maybe you will also have a friendship with each other. No, not like that. Maybe you will also have common friends, is what I mean. Not that you necessarily are gonna meet that way, but let's say when you guys are together, you may also start having a great friendship with their friends. This is what I mean. You know, you may also find yourself in the same friend group because, yeah, I feel like the kind of people that you would want to have as friends, they may already have. So you may also get along with them. It's a very random message, but that's something that I'm also picking up on here. Okay. So, my dear pal 3, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if something resonated or if there's something you would like to share, of course feel free to do so. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not know when I upload new pick a card or of course candle wax reading. And my dear, if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course I invite you there as well, my dear pal 3. But yeah, pal 3, take care, my love.